Hey, Brooke here. It's 2 a.m. You're tired. Your eyes are burning. You've seen 34 videos about the collapse of society, 12 videos of people arguing in parking lots, and a recipe for cake that you'll never bake. You aren't learning, you aren't even being entertained. You're doom scrolling. But why can't you just stop? Why is the exit button the hardest one to find? To understand the scroll, we have to talk about a man named B.F. Skinner. In the mid-20th century, Skinner put pigeons in boxes. He found that if he gave them a food pellet every time they pecked a button, they eventually got bored. They ate until they were full and then they stopped. But if he made the reward unpredictable, if he put the pellet out on the 5th peck, the 10th peck, the 50th, the pigeons went insane. They would peck until their beaks bled. This is variable ratio reinforcement. It's a psychological glitch that if the reward comes at unpredictable times, it creates a high arousal state of anticipation that is nearly impossible to quit. Unlike a steady reward, the maybe of an uncertain payout, like a slot machine or an infinite social media feed, hijacks the brain's dopamine system and shifts the focus from the reward itself to the thrill of the hunt. Because your brain can't distinguish between a broken system and a long streak of bad luck, this schedule creates the most habit-forming loop in existence. Every flick of your thumb is a pull of the lever. Most of the content is junk, meaningless noise, but every 10 or 20 scrolls, you find something high value. A funny meme, a shocking statistic, or a bit of social validation. You don't scroll because the content is good. You scroll because the next thing might be good. You're addicted to the uncertainty. But why is it doom scrolling? Why don't we joy scroll? Well, that's because of your negativity bias. For a prehistoric human, noticing a flower was a bonus, but noticing a rustle in the grass was a requirement for survival. We are hardwired to fixate on the bad. Your brain is evolutionarily sticky for threats. Bad news carries more survival weight than good news. The algorithm knows this. It knows that you will pause longer on a headline about a disaster than a headline about a puppy. By pausing, you are voting with your attention. The algorithm sees that pause and thinks, oh, they love doom. Let's give them the apocalypse in 4K. You are trapped in a feedback loop where your survival instincts are being used to sell you ad space. There's also the problem of the unfinished task. In the 1920s, psychologist Bluma Zygarnik noticed that waiters could remember complex food orders perfectly right until the check was paid. The moment the transaction was closed, the data in our brain was deleted. This is the Zygarnik effect. Our brains remember unfinished tasks better than completed ones, and your brain hates open loops. But the feed, it's infinite. There is no check. By removing the page numbers, the stop signs of the old internet, developers have created a task that can never be finished. Your brain constantly stays in a state of high-tension loop closing, waiting for a conclusion that doesn't exist. And this isn't just wasted time, it's cognitive depletion. Every piece of information requires a micro-decision. Is this true? Do I find this funny? Do I agree? After an hour of doom scrolling, you have made thousands of these micro-decisions. Decision fatigue. It's why we all feel so tired even though we physically aren't doing anything. So, how do we break the Skinner box? Well, you have to reintroduce the old stop signs. You have to make the invisible visible. Set a timer. Set your screen to grayscale. Delete the void for a week. Make the doom look as boring as possible and instead practice gratitude. Focus on the good things for a little while. Anyway, thanks for stopping by the Brook of Knowledge. I'd finish this thought, but my brain's too fried from doom scrolling. Like what your weird brain just learned? Hit subscribe. Oh. You didn't? Well, that's okay. I'm sure I'll show up on your feed again during the infinite loop, infinite loop, infinite loop, infinite loop, infinite loop, infinite loop.